Yeah. Hey everyone, it's me. So I know you all been waiting very, very, very patiently. Um, Sorry. First off, I went to class, then after class, I took a nap. I've been waking up kind of or trying to wake up early. And so I did today. And yeah, so good news. So where do I start? Where do I start? Um, okay. So the last time we talked, I think was when I opened up the package for my friends. And then on that day, I had an interview. I had an interview for a job that was part time on campus, and luckily that time, they offered me the job. So it would be a part time job just until the end of the semester. They pay me $16 an hour, which would not be that bad, and I'd be considered, I think, part time staff. But unfortunately, I had to turn that down because today I had an interview for a graduate assistantship. Um, and she's awesome. I think the director, coordinator, I think, she is a really great, enthusiastic person and loves what she does. And I met with her before. It was actually during the time when I was actually looking for a graduate assistantship. So, a graduate assistantship, so I can define it a little bit better, is you are a graduate student who is an assistant, and you work with a certain program or with certain faculty members to assist them in anything that they might need. With that, your tuition would be taken care of, um, and I think you'd also get a stipend. And they would pay here, they'll pay 80% of the student healthcare. So that's why a lot of graduate students try to get it, because it's really helpful and cheap. Well, it's free, but I mean, they take care of all that stuff. So during the first couple weeks that I got here, I was looking for a graduate assistantship. Some things just didn't work out, and so that was the next step, was to, okay, try to find something. So that was, I think, in my previous videos I talked about it a little bit more, but today was just like a little more of a formal interview. um, and to be quite honest, it was probably like one of the best interviews that I had, because we've answered the questions and we got off topic. It was like about 3 hours long. It was a 3 hour long um, interview, and it was just because um, we just started talking and we got along really great. And to be quite honest, I think the only reason why I even had the interview was just to have something on record saying that they interviewed me. So to make a long story short, because I know you guys are all waiting. So, um, if everything goes well, then I have an assistantship. So I'm really excited. And what I mean by that is, if everything goes well, is that because I'm getting my MED, which is a Master's of Education, and I'm not part of the MS um, program, which is the Master's of Science. So, with that being said, for certain graduate assistantships, it varies. They're two separate departments, which is kind of weird because they're both master degrees, but I understand. Um, so she would let me know by Friday. But I got just an outline of the things that I will be doing, which seems really cool. I would be working with adult learning services. So that's anybody who comes into as an undergraduate student who may be adult, who might be a parent, who is returning from the university, who has taken, I think, 4+ years off of after high school. They are a parent, can be a parent, cannot be a parent. Usually the range is about 24 years of age. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Veterans as well. So I'm really, really excited if I do get this position. Even if I don't, I still want to do the best that I can to learn more about this population, because I have familiarized myself with it. But with veterans, not so much. And just listening to the certain things that she does for this program, and especially here at Pennsylvania, it's something that I want to just get involved with and just to help out. I think would really broaden my horizons. So hopefully, fingers crossed, that there will be no limits, because I'm an MED student. Um, on top of that, um, today I got another email to actually schedule for an interview for an assistant. I'm trying to think of what department. It is the Department of Agricultural, um, in economics, sociology, and education. So I think I might have to turn that down as well. Um, just because if everything goes well with the graduate assistantship, then I hope it does. Then I mean I can't dedicate that much time to it. And another thing is that I took on an online course which will make me certified to be um, for online teaching. So I think I have my hands pretty full. Um, with it being starting the fourth week of school, I think. Um, so yeah, that's the good news. So had to turn down one job, but I did get it. Hopefully getting that graduate assistantship, which if all goes well, then it will. Got a call back from another job for an interview. Um, Probably have to say no to that one. And I'm doing a certificate for online teaching. So things just kind of pop out of nowhere. And I think um, it just takes time. It really does. And I think about how I was weeks before that, where when I got here, really was kind of clueless. I mean, I knew what I needed to do, but it was just more or less okay, how to do it. What are the next steps? What are the certain things that I have to do for myself in order to be prepared? So luckily, I still have my job, which they're giving me great hours. So if you want a shirt, let me know. I get 20% off, and we can work something out, and I can get you something. It's the Lion and Cup store. I think they have an online um, store too. So if you want some Penn State gear or anything, just let me know. Message me. Um, but anyways, off topic totally. But who doesn't like shopping? So um, I think the overall outcome I can say about this is that sometimes you might not have a plan. It's going to be difficult when you try to start something new. Um, and I always say that it doesn't have to be school, it can just be something new in your life. One of my friends actually is starting his own business or branching off. And so, even with that, it takes time to adjust. You will feel kind of clueless or a little confused on what it is that you need to do. But in the end, things will work out the way they will. And it's so hard to just kind of um, trying your best to believe that. But in the end, you just have to go with it and know your best judgment. What I did learn today, though, um, is that the more that you try and the more that you do, I've only been here about 3 weeks, and I have a lot of people asking about me. I shouldn't say a lot, I'm not like that popular, but I have a lot of different departments that I connected with, and they have my resume now. And I hear my name get thrown around every now and then. And so a few students that I have class with are like they've heard of me, or they say that they were referred by this faculty member to talk to me, I guess just to meet me. Even if it's just to see how I'm doing, just because I mean with the few faculty members that I've met, it was because of the fact that I was looking for a graduate assistantship. So just to have that support is really nice too. Um, but trying to think, what did I learn from this? What I learned from this is that life happens, and you really can't predict what's going to be the next step. You can try your best to prepare for it, but always remember that the unexpected will come, and that can work out in positive ways and negative ways. And the only thing that you can do is just remember why you're even doing this to begin with. Um, for me, I had to remind myself, and it's really funny because um, I was more reminded today during my interview, just after I was talking to the coordinator or the director, about the position and why does she serve for the population that she does. And I got a lot from it, and it's just because that's the population that she can relate to the most because she's lived it. And it makes me think back on the reasons why I'm here and why did I go miles away, um, to get an education and to do what I'm doing. And so sometimes the decisions that you make may not be the best. Not the best, but I mean, like, they may not be the ones that you think will be planned. I didn't think I was gonna come here, but in the end, it's all gonna work out, and it will work out. And so, if you ever feel like you're in this situation where you may feel like, um, you might feel uncomfortable, or you might feel like there's other issues that might have a toll on your life, because I mean, we live life, and that's what happens. Remember that your story is so powerful and it's so strong. Um, and another thing that I really want to say is that I can identify myself as being the first to go to college, being a female, being, biracial, being somebody who is, I don't know, what else? What else am I? Uh, I don't know. Whatever you guys can think of me, you guys know me. But what I'm trying to say is that, I can identify myself as that, and I can say, yeah, I can't get to this because I was the first in my family, so I don't really know what am I doing. Or I can say, oh, I'm a female, so I'm limited to these certain opportunities. Or, oh, I'm biracial, so I don't know how do I fit in, or I don't know how to do certain stuff. I don't know. But what I'm trying to say is, do not see those components in your life of what makes you you as something to feel bad for, or something that is going to limit you, because those are not your limits, those are your strengths, and you play them as the best that you can. So what if I'm first generation? So what if I'm the first one to go to college? Yeah, it is tough, but you know what, in the end, I'm going to do what I do because I love it, and it's to show others and to be a leader that I can do what it is that I want to do. And it's my passion. It's my story that makes me go every single day, waking up and trying to do my readings. Sort of thing, readings, but it's what helps me keep going. It's for me being biracial that I am able to communicate a little bit more and see in a different perspective compared to others, maybe. But I can see through a different lens. So I can do the best that I can to try to compromise, or to even listen, or to be a friend, or to understand how it's like to be in a sticky situation. So what I'm trying to say, I can talk about all that stuff, but what I'm trying to say is that do not see those components of your life that makes you you um, as a weakness. See it as your strength, wherever, if it might be your race, if it might be your gender, if it might be, um, you know, your religion, if it might be your, I said race already, if it might be anything, whatever the case may be. Do not see that as a weakness, because you are strong and you are brave. And it's taken me a lot to see that, and I'm still trying to, because it's it's so easy to just say, oh, I don't know, it's because of this situation, or it's so easy to say, like, oh, well, this is the reason why I didn't go for it. Sorry, I didn't think that option was available to me. No. Look at it as you are seeing something different, and you have information that you can give to others, and you can share that with us, and you can teach us to see through what you see, because sometimes the world doesn't see it in that way, um, and sometimes people don't see certain things in a certain way, and I learned a lot about that, but that's a different story too. But um, yeah, I guess that's the main thing that I want to say, because during this interview, the reason why it was so long was because we did talk, and she saw me as a person, and I really liked that. And she asked me a lot of, no, I mean, like personal questions, but it was relating into the interview questions. So she asked me, like, what was like the most stressful thing that you're trying to deal with, or the most stressful situation, and how did you overcome it? Where What did I even say? Mm. Oh, I said it was during the time when I was applying for graduate school because I was a senior. It was difficult, it was hard, but she made me look in more deeper. So she told me like, okay, well, how do you? Is it stressful that you're 3 hours ahead compared to your family and compared to like your significant other? Is it difficult for you to communicate with your loved ones back at home? How do you communicate with the ones that you love? So I mean, she gave me other questions that were related to the first one, but that made me think about who I am and as certain things in my daily life that are stressors that can be. But you overcome it in some way. You try to compromise as much as you can and you just do your best. That's all you can do. And in the end, things will follow through because that's just how it works. And, it really made me think about my future as if what is the next step for me? Because I remember I did have a breakdown thinking, well, what am I going to do? Like, there's no grad school. It's like getting into the work field. But then I'm not really scared about it anymore. I mean, I'm scared about the process, sort of, kind of, because I know there's going to be a lot more things that I have to take into. But this is that's going to be the moment that I'm working for. That's going to be the moment where I get to work with students and I get to see student development and I get to make a change in somebody's life. And if I keep prolonging it, it's like, oh, maybe I'll just keep going to school. Maybe I'll keep staying at school. Yes, of course, I'm sure the people that I meet, I will have an effect in some way. But I will not get to that goal of me being a director or a program coordinator or a specialist or whatever title it is, um, and actually doing what I love and having that like involved with students. So I guess for me, what I'm going to say is that sometimes it's hard to take that first step. It's it's challenging, but don't prolong it because the more that you do, you're the one that's stopping yourself or preventing yourself from getting to where you want to be. Ask yourself every day, what is your goal? What do you want to do in life? And you may not have an answer to that, and that's okay. But then ask yourself, who do you want to be? And if it's just like, I want to be a nice person, do a nice deed in the morning. Or if you say, I want to be more athletic, then try to transition into going to the gym. Or if it's like, I want to be a dedicated student, look at your schedule and see how is it that you can change it in some way to reach that goal. Because the more and more that we watch Netflix, or the more and more that we prevent it, or if we go to sleep, you're never gonna get to that goal. It's up to you if you want to get to it, and only you can change your attitude and to change your mindset, and for you to get there. You know, it doesn't always have to be tough. I mean, yeah, you can relax, read, meditate, watch Netflix, sleep. Remember, I guess, looking from afar, like remember your goal and remember what it is that you really want to look into, and what is it you want to reach. If that might be going back to school, if that means you want to have a set income or you want to save money, that's like a great thing because I'm trying to save money too. But if you have a set goal, I mean, try to reach it. It doesn't have to be, sorry, just say it's easy. It doesn't have to be something that's like I want to, I don't know. I mean, it can be whatever you want. um, but that's what I learned today during my interview because she asked me a lot of questions and they were really good questions and she got to see me for who I am. And it was a really fun interview. It was, I mean, we tried to make it formal. I tried to make it formal, but I mean, once you talk to somebody that you feel comfortable with, and then you come in for an interview and you're like, okay, I know we're just doing this just to get the paperwork, possibly, but I'm gonna try to act formal with you. I'm gonna try to do the best that I can to just interview mindset. Um, it was hard, but it was kind of fun. It was a 3 hour interview, and I mean, I got to learn more about somebody, and even if I may not, I mean, hopefully, I hope that the paperwork's gonna go through. But if it doesn't, at least I made a connection, and I'm pretty set. with if I want to get involved with something else. And that's another thing too. Don't get scared to get involved with something that you like. Shouldn't say that, but something that you know is going to benefit you in the end. Um, it's it is challenging, but don't be scared. Just try it and don't feel like you're alone. Don't feel like nobody's there. I mean, can I show you my textbook? Yeah, I can show you my textbook because this one is a doozy. So this one is I took the cover off because it's I don't like the covers on books. I mean they're nice and stuff, but I just don't like it because then it gets in the way. Then you're just trying to open it and then whatever. Anyways, so how was I get at? Oh, the drama. So I have this book that I have to read, and it is the history. I open the front page. It is history of the history of American higher education. My favorite book, but I can feel like I'm alone in learning this, but I'm really not. There's other students that are trying to learn it at the same time as I am. Um, and just asking questions. There's even faculty members that are taking this class, and they're like, "Yeah, we know what you gotta do." It's like, okay, well, can you help me, or like not help me, but I mean, give me a different perspective that I can see at. Um, but yeah, I really want to end on a good note. Hopefully, like this is helpful. Thank you all for listening to um, share the good news with. I know you all been waiting really patiently. Sorry, I took a nap, and then I ate. But I think about when I started and when I did get my first job, and I was 15. It's been more of a history of me. I was 15 when I got my first job. I was a waitress, 15 and a half. I was a waitress. I was a waitress for 8 years. But yeah, waitress for 8 years. Um, and I didn't know what my life was going to be planned out to be. I thought I was going to be like this doctor. I thought I was going to be like an anesthesiologist, this pharmacist, or um, whatever the case may be. I thought that's what I was going to be. But life changes, and you find out who you are, you find out what you love to do, and you find out what makes you happy, and you go for it. And you discover new things about yourself. And that's something that you just have to keep in mind is that sometimes in life, things aren't going to go as planned. Things will not go as planned where it's, you know, you think that you're going to be with this store or with this job for the rest of your life, and things just kind of change. Or you think that you want to be a doctor, but then the next thing you want to be an artist, or you want to be a social worker, you want to do whatever you want. I don't know, do whatever you want. Or you want to, I don't know, create something. You know, even in relationships too. You think that you're gonna be with somebody, and then you're really not. It's like it's a whirlwind of situations, but in the end, that's what makes you you. And I guess those situations, those obstacles, is what helps find out more about you. Yeah. Um, and that's all you can ask for in life. That's all you can ask for is just um, those situations where they create those experiences and you find out more about you, what you like, and what you want from the world. Because nobody's going to give you something that you're not asking for. If you want it, work for it. If you see a set goal and people laugh, let them laugh and go for it. So what? Prove them wrong. Or if not prove them wrong, then show them what you can do. Don't ever think that you have a limit. Don't think that you're set to be at this certain situation or this certain position for your whole life. Challenge yourself. Do the best that you can to spread your wings and find yourself. And as silly as it may sound, like, oh well, I'm right here. Look deep inside you and ask yourself what you love. Ask yourself who is it that you want to be. And in the end, you're gonna reach that person. And when you do, you're gonna be the happiest. Um, at least that's what I think because that's what I'm trying to do. So What makes me happy is sharing my story and letting you know that it's doable and we can do it, and never see those factors that you say define you specifically as saying this is who I am, because you are the only one that can tell yourself who you are. You are more than that, and play by your strengths. But anyways, I will let you all go. It's 10 o'clock. I gotta read, I go to study, send out emails, and I'm writing my journal too. I gotta call my mommy. But all right, y'all, have a great night. 7 o'clock there, so have dinner and eat. Um, and keep moving forward. Bye, bye, y'all.